Hey guys.
Oh, great. You guys again.
While Justin tries to figure out what sound effects are working, why don't you listen to this next segment of the Boundless PodTrap? Enjoy.
It is crazy when people try to come with you with information that they've, again, regurgitated from somewhere else. It's like, you don't even know the history
social
of this.
media.
Oh, yeah. As, again,
Reddit,
kind of going back to
Facebook.
like religion and all that. It's like America was founded on, Christian principles. It's like, no, America was actually more molded around ancient Greece type of model. And if you look at the Constitution, like God and Jesus is not mentioned once in the Constitution. We have a secular Constitution, and it says there's a freedom.
Doesn't the Bill of Rights start off with, our God-given rights? Aren't they our God-given rights? I thought it was.
It's probably been, I don't know about that. God-given?
Yeah, because the reason we have these rights is because they were God-given. And I thought that was part of the Bill of Rights.
There are smart people on here.
There's things that people have kind of, I don't know. I have to look into that. But
we'll
the Constitution
have to fact
itself,
check us on this one.
the Constitution itself is freedom from
This whole
religion.
episode's being fact checked.
It's like you have to, because they use this, England, the people from England and all that wanted to get out of the monarchy and came to America so they can have more of a democracy instead of a king ruling over them. And that's kind of how it was started. And if you look at even a lot of the people, they're like, the Treaty of Tripoli specifically says America was not founded under Christianity law.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah, I don't have much information on that. I don't know much about that.
But
you mentioned regurgitating things and you're just repeating what you heard. If you're going to be out there and you're going to repeat things that you heard,
fact check it.
Read it from some books or something. Don't just repeat what you hear from the news, because the news is propaganda.
Yeah.
Whether it's Fox News or CNN, it's all propaganda.
They're eating the dogs.
They're eating the cats.
Yeah. It's intense.
I need to get off Reddit.
Make good choices.
Uh-oh.
Well, somebody had a question. It was like, if abortion isn't murder, why is killing a pregnant woman a double homicide?
Oh, yeah. So, I guess my point was, so when did the double homicide consider it a life? So, see.
Right. And that's why I said different states have different.
Yeah.
So it's by the state.
So legally.
But this person is like, to me, it is because the mother's intention was to have that child and the murderer took that away. Then it brought, I'm going to go down this with you guys for a second here. Genuine question here. Since the criminal trial, you have to prove something beyond a reasonable doubt. Do you think it would be valid for a defense attorney to defend a double homicide on the basis that it was not certain that the mother intended to have that child? If it was still within the window of, this is a response. If it was still within the window of time that you can get an abortion, I think that's an argument that can be made. But once that is passed, the baby's coming unless something horrible happens, obviously. So, these are all interesting. I would have to dive into a legal situation where this has happened, because I'm sure this has probably happened. You just don't hear about it because.
Could a pregnant woman not be penalized for driving in the carpool lane?
Maybe.
Oh, see, yeah, that's a good point too.
Also, one commenter is like, if she was she was murdered while driving to the abortion clinic. ... That's why I was like, I need to get off Reddit. Anyway, I'm closing that. But yeah, it's there's so much gray in the world, and people think it's black and white, and it's not.
It's nuanced. The world is nuanced.
That's a fun word.
But that's the
Brian
thing
got
too,
word
is
of the day.
because that's the thing, because it's like, again, a lot of this should be up to the state.
Agreed.
I think we're too big of a country to do it at the country level.
Yes.
Community
Agreed.
strive when they're smaller. So if we can get harsher concepts worked out by their own communities and come to an agreement there, people can just move to a community that supports it easier.
And I think it's going to be easier to move to a different state than it would be to move to a whole different country. So wouldn't you rather have the laws be at the state level so you have that option rather than the federal government giving you no option but to have to leave the country if you hate the laws so bad?
Right.
I am the law!
It sucks that you would have to leave somewhere just because the laws didn't fall into your way.
But it's definitely easier to leave a state than it is a country. It's easier to leave a state than a country. I understand you're going to have really poor people that are like, well, I can't leave at all. So this sucks. But we can just go across the river.
Yeah, for us, we're like a 15-minute drive, and Iowa is more blue than us. I think
I believe so. We're all Missouri and Kansas are probably bad examples, but we're not far from them.
We're not far from Colorado either, though.
That's true.
But yeah,
and
wouldn't you rather have it?
I never look at the ones up either.
I think we're too big of a country for a lot of things to be at the federal level.
Right. Also, I guess when it comes to the forcing of pregnancy, or at least carrying, nothing happens with the child afterwards. It's like you're going to force them to come into a life or a world where it's maybe a broken family or not able to be supported completely. It's like, I'm pretty sure they didn't want to make the choice, but maybe situations happened or they were just stupid in the moment and all this. It's like, they need that decision, and hopefully earlier than later, right? Because like the kids never get taken care of afterwards.
I do not support that as a form of birth control.
Yeah. Yeah, the few videos I've seen of moms mad that they're like, I have to put my daughter on birth control now. Thanks, Trump. And I'm like, whoa.
Well, I was like, how many abortions do you all
why
plan
are you
on
talking
having?
about your daughter's medical stuff on X?
Yes.
Two,
how many abortions do you plan on having?
It makes it sound like, so wait, your form of birth control before was abortion? Now
right, you're not teaching
birth
them.
Control is the choice.
How about we teach our kids safe sex first?
That's another thing too. It's like kids are getting robbed of their childhood because of politics. It's like there's so many kids these days who are, I don't know if I want to say in the know, but in the culture of politics.
Yeah.
Some of it enjoy your childhood, dude.
That was another tough one. This I put X down after the election until today, actually, because alien stuff was out today and I wanted to see what I could find. But the day, that night that Trump, the next day when he was officially.
Oh, the news waited till the last second to announce it. It was quite amusing.
That was another thing I was really sad to see online. And you never know if people are faking this, but there was enough videos of people doing it that's like some of these have to be real. And it was parents talking to their kids, they're crying, and the kids are like, oh, tell us who won. Who won, Mom? And they're like, Trump won. And then they all start bawling. The kids are bawling. 4-year-olds. You have fucked up this kid. Mm-hmm. What are you doing to your child? Your child should have no care in this.
I never said I was a good person.
They should be off gallivanting, playing on fake horses.
Fake horses. Brian lives in the 1970s.
But I am telling you right now, that motherfucker back there is not real.
But no, why are you... See, this is why I'm like, the media has caused mental illness, because that's the only way that a parent should, like, I can make sense of a parent is doing this to their children is because they're mentally ill and they're bringing their child into this fold and convincing their children that they're going to be locked up because of someone won the presidency. That's not cool. I didn't like seeing that.
Why does it take Arizona so long to count?
I don't know, boss.
Every time.
I don't know.
I'm like legit asking this. Like, it's always Arizona. Like, we haven't got anything from Arizona for 2 weeks.
It's like, this is the thing with politics, or even, I guess, kind of going back to the movie review too. It's like, when you want to help people, you tell them the truth. But when you want to help yourself, you tell them what they want to hear. It's like, that's what the media is doing.
I think
it's also kind of,
I think the media is freaking out that they're losing control, because they have been the propaganda machine. They have been the narrators of our lives, and online is kind of broken free. For a while there, they even had control over the social media. But I mean, once Elon Musk bought X,
I would say there's other people who kind of, then again, not really, because there's been people in the news because they're getting Russian money coming this way. Was it Tim Pool was one of them? A few of the other, what's her name? Chen from Canada.
Oh, Tim Pool from podcasts. He was getting Russian money?
Yeah.
Not familiar with this.
Either.
I know who Tim Pool is. I just didn't know he was getting Russian money.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
There's some
like they're telling him
they
to
ran
say
in real
certain
fast,
things?
gave it
like
to him,
they were
ran
making
back
him
out.
push propaganda for money. Interesting.
Oh, everyone can be bought.
Yes.
Everyone can be bought. Yes.
How much for the 4 of us?
Not everybody.
Most of our politicians are bought
Unless
currently.
you have.
Pete Ricketts has to be bought.
Who did you put down
for what?
For local?
I didn't vote.
I voted. Who was Pete Ricketts running? He was the Love. Which one was Ricketts against? There was Dan Osborne. That
wasn't it. Dan.
Love guy, McLove.
McLovin. Owen Love. Fuck, I don't even know. I didn't even recognize the name.
Yeah, I voted for the other guy than not Pete Ricketts. I think it was Love. Something Love. Preston Love.
That sounds about right.
And then
That
I
sounds like a porn.
I voted for I don't know if I need to be telling everyone who I voted for.
No, you're gonna get hate now.
It's more local.
But hey, so
Local
some
stuff.
good news.
It was Love Junior, by the way.
Was it Preston for the first name?
I don't know. It won't let me know.
McLovin?
Keep saying McLovin.
McLovin.
It's loading. His internet's very
But
slow
yeah,
today.
so unfortunate news for
Preston Love Jr.
Preston Love Jr. See, look at that.
He looks old.
But we got some good news. Medical marijuana passed in Nebraska, so
Yeah,
that's a good
that's
step
a
in the right
great
direction.
step.
That's something that I'm excited. That's
No thanks to
I'm
Ricketts,
pro.
but
Once again,
That's
your
true.
life, your choice.
Also, when can we get online gambling? It's been voted on.
that's another thing that's been annoying the shit out of me.
I'm glad that I can go down the street here and gamble, but
There's
I might be doing that
Prize
tonight.
Picks or something like that. Commercials. I'm like, all these commercials are fucking stupid. These
Yeah.
commercials these days, it's like there's another one. It's like, what is that? Rakuten. And the commercial is like, why did I choose Rakuten? Because look at these boots. I'm like, that's not a reason. That's
That's one of the reasons I hate watching live sports these days is because every commercial is a online sporting bet commercial, and it just drives me
was
crazy.
you have
'cause
stock in that?
I sold it
DraftKings?
actually.
Oh,
I sold
okay.
my DraftKings stock.
Good.
It went up.
Bail.
And it went
Just
up,
bail on it.
it doubled, so I dropped it.
Swank.
Zoink. Took my money
Another-
and ran, and I put it
what's
in
the other-
crypto, and now my crypto is tripled.
Pete Ricketts looks like a sperm.
He is. He was.
He was. He was alive when he was sperm.
Yeah, there's what is the other one? It's like Rocket Money. Yeah, Rocket Money. It's like an app to see what all your subscriptions are going. It's like if you don't have a handle of where your subscriptions are going,
Right?
you have bigger problems.
Yeah, that's rough.
And plus, Rocket Money is a subscription. So
I mean, I don't trust anyone, and I'm glad I don't because like I have a meat subscription, and
like Butcher Box or
yeah, like
Okay.
one of those. Good chop, yeah.
Meat.
And I like them, so
Comes
I
straight
do.
from the clinic?
And they're really cool, but you have to stay on top of these people. So I one of my T-bone steaks, I opened up the package and it was like just instant rotten eggs.
Yeah.
So something had happened. No big deal. Call them up and I tell them, and they're like, okay, well we'll take it off and give you the discount on your next order. Cool. Next order comes on full price. So that's why I'm like, I gotta stay on top of these people. I called them, and it's funny why this happened though. So when I signed up for the subscription, they were running a discount of free wings for life if you sign up now. So every box I get, there's a discount on it to take off the wings.
How about I rip your little wings off instead?
So what happened is when I called in, they're like, well, you can't use 2 discounts at once. So since you have that discount on there already, that's why it didn't take off the other discount. I'm like,
it's free though.
I was like, but that discount is for the life of my account. So it's never not going to be on. So how do I get my money back for the They're like, oh, that's a good point. Okay, yeah, we'll just refund it to your card. So it's like you just got to stay on top of these people.
Oh yeah, it's kind of like 18 phone
Trust
stuff.
but
Yeah.
verify kind of thing.
We had what was it, Home Chef or it was one of those. We've tried out like 5 or 6 different food ones. Some of them pretty decent.
Yeah.
One of them kind of changed up their packaging, and so almost every single time we got the iced packs, they were always exploded with the gel stuff in there. I'm like, God damn it! I got opening this stuff up to put it in my fridge. I have to wipe everything down because
that sucks.
And hopefully none of them are open. Every now and then they were. After a while, we're like, you know what? We're spending more time, or wasting more money, I guess. You know, just having them overnight other things too. It's
yeah.
Actually, they weren't even doing that. But.
Well, with me being a single guy, this Good Chop box makes sense because it gives me a month's worth of meat and it lasts me exactly a month. And it's good product. It's all, grass fed and free range and no antibiotics, none of that stuff in it. So I've been doing a lot to try to eat healthier. I got this app where it tells you if there's additives in the stuff that you're drinking or eating. So I've been trying to buy stuff that doesn't have harmful additives in it. Just trying to be healthier now that I'm getting old.
20%
You are old.
Omicron.
That and I just I kind of got. I'm like, maybe this is why my stomach hurts all the time. Is all this bullshit that's in our food because our food is poison.
It's gotta be
which
these days.
I mean, I'm excited for RFK coming in and fucking things up, saying we're not eating this poison anymore.
It's like, isn't that the same guy who dropped a dead bear on what was it? What was it? Yeah, he dropped a bear. It was a dead bear as a prank.
What? To his like friend or something?
It was like in a public place, I thought. Hold on.
What?
Are you looking it up?
That's crazy. Well, I will say I am excited behind Trump's team because I truly believe
Central Park.
Central Park.
Yeah. RFK Jr. admits to dumping a dead bear in Central Park, solving a decade-old mystery.
What the fuck?
Mystery. A decade after the shocking discovery of a bear cub carcass in the Manhattan Central Park, the mystery of who dumped it there was finally solved, and the man taking responsibility is none other than President candidate Robert F. Kennedy Jr.
No shit. What a weird thing to do.
No, it's not weird.
Well,
he did it as a prank, though.
yeah, what a weird thing to think that's gonna be.
You know.
Yeah,
I think
probably had to be there or something and realize there's some sort of background to it. I'm sure.
I'm not going to read through this whole thing, but if I recall, I guess he put like a hat or something on it, and like it made it seem as though it was weird. So I pulled over, picked up the bear, and put him in the back of my van because I was going to skin the bear. He explained matter-of-factly. It was in a very good condition. I was going to put the meat in the refrigerator. The bear never made it back to the Westchester home. However, Kennedy says he got waylaid by a busy day of falconry and then had to rush back to New York City to dinner. I had to go to the airport, and the bear was in my car, and I didn't want to leave the bear in the car because that would have been bad. Then, as he put it, the little bit of the redneck in me had an idea.
No, wait, that's weird.
Oh my God. This is the silliest story I've ever heard about him. I've never heard this. But yeah, what I was going to say is I am kind of excited behind his team, Trump's team, because like I've listened to hundreds of hours of Tulsi Gabbard and RFK Jr., and I truly feel like I know those people and I know they're true patriots and that they care nothing but for the best of the American people. So and I'm proud to be an American. I'm excited to see what happens. I'm not going to judge until we actually get into it.
Right.
Yeah. So especially, I mean, like what we do in America as compared to other countries, a lot of the stuff that gets bypassed in our food, I'm like, how come there's so much restrictions and, just the neighbors above us?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just above us. Yeah.
But,
and these companies will make the food with that restrictions.
Yeah.
And people are still eating it, so it probably still tastes the same. Why's
your piss green?
Yeah, well, I was gonna say, like, why does my Apple Jacks or something have to have food coloring in it that we know is harmful?
Forever plastics.
I don't need my food to have a certain color to it.
Why does John's poo stink so bad?
What the fuck?
You didn't try the bidet. What I was telling you, anyways. So when I go on vacations and stuff, it's like the thing I miss most is the bidet. This was a conversation that was about to happen right before we started recording an hour ago. But yeah, no, it's like it makes a hell of a difference. It changes the way you walk, man. You got to get one of those bidets.
I actually bought a bidet, and but the issue I ran into is I bought those toilet seats that were like, you snap it on once and it'll never come loose.
Oh,
they weren't fucking kidding. I can't get those goddamn toilet seats off.
Huh.
Like I can't get them off, so I gave up and sent the bidet back.
Get a drill bit.
Oh, I tried. I guess I didn't think about that. I could drill just a hole through.
Are they plastic nuts?
Fuck, I don't know if they're plastic or metal.
My nuts are plastic.
But you just gave me an idea. Like I could, if they are plastic, I could just do that.
You wanna go music?
That's why I was gonna go. Do you want to do a little fun activity first, or you want to do music?
Sure.
Answer the question.
You pick. Give me a second. Talk some shit.
Okay. Well, we'll keep going.
Where's your mind, Bill? Do you want to reset your mind a little bit with a fun activity, or we want to go right into some music?
We can do a fun activity. Why
I
not?
feel like going from politics to music.
We talked more about politics than I thought we were going to, but I always find these conversations interesting, even though I know my opinions probably might ruffle some feathers. I know people don't like. I know the opinion. I have two of those opinions that I mentioned. The whole that I think you should be allowed to commit suicide. I know that ruffles a lot of feathers.
Not in front of the kids.
Oh, sorry.
I mean,
but like I said, if we're going to give people the autonomy,
I actually just unfriended you on Facebook because of that. So.
But if we're going to give the autonomy of people having control over their bodies, I feel like that's part of that choice.
I mean, I get it.
I'd feel like I
bring rational evidence to your claim.
I would just feel like a hypocrite if I was like, well, I think you should be allowed to
abort,
put all the drugs, put all the drugs on your body, but no, you shouldn't be allowed to. If you're unhappy with life and I don't know, maybe you're missing all your limbs or something and you're like, this is the worst life ever. I just want out.
Mm-hmm.
I left it somewhere. I
forget.
So yeah, I know that's controversial. And then I know the whole, even though I'm pro-choice, to me, I'm like, well, I would hope I would never have to be in this position, that if I was a woman that I'd have to do it. But I know it's controversial for me to say, well, I still think you're killing a life. Like no matter how far along you are.
Yeah.
If you're purposely doing it. But that gets gray too. That's nuanced as well. Cause then I feel bad for all the people having miscarriages, because obviously you didn't do that on purpose. And so like,
right.
That's a tough subject. So yeah, maybe we should do a fun activity.
I've been in that situation where I actually didn't get to make the choice, but.
And I don't, yeah.
Break it down. All of us are products of abortion, because abortion just means terminating pregnancy. Once we're born, the pregnancy is terminated. So abortion is good.
Hopefully I'm not upsetting people with these controversial topics.
You make me very angry.
I mean, I don't mean to upset anyone, but I can't, I don't like lying.
Yeah.
This is how I feel. And so,
yeah.
Plus, I feel it's dirty when you try to force things on other people. It's like you should only have control over the people you are interacting with, as far as like you and the person you might have gotten pregnant by. Have you ever been pregnant?
I had a food baby a little bit ago.
And you aborted that.
I aborted the shit out of it.
Did you say deported? That's a different.
That's a different subject.
Ooh, we ain't got time. Bring out some music.
Let's go into the. Well,
The game.
we decided the fun activity because we
got to reset our minds a little bit.
This is rigged.
This election is rigged.
These votes are rigged.
Sorry, let's recount them like Arizona. I hate Arizona. I think they're just so chilled and retired over there. They just like, I don't know, count eventually.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on down there.
Nevada was wild this time too.
You know what I don't get? Because they were kind of talking about how all these election ATM things machines were getting like set on fire and stuff. It's like, why don't they like freeze them? It's like they're using, or put them in like a big thing of Jello. Put a electric.
These are all great pieces of advice for next time that you should give them.
Make a little prank or something.
We have 4 years to perfect this.
I'm sure we'll do a great job.
All right. God bless America.
God bless them. Team America. Remember that, people. Team America.
Now, one of you thank me for my service.
There's red and blue.
I think we did
flag.
a general thank you.
Yeah, I didn't call out individual people.
You also said that you don't like the attention. So after you tell us you don't want the attention, you want us to give you attention.
You want the attention one day a year.
It's very un-American of you.
I'm going to need all our listeners to send in cards.
Please.
Wishing Justin a happy Veterans Day.
Yes.
Well, thank you for your service, bitch.
Okay.
America's bitch.
That's what U.S. Army means.
I'm just kidding.
It's like, or sorry, backwards. U.S. Army is, yes, my R-tarded ass signed up.
Right on.
Yeah, that is a debate. I was like, I don't understand why people sign up because, like you said, we're like, are we the good guys a lot? Our government is. I love the hell out of my country, but shit, my government is stupid as shit sometimes. Like
that's true.
Committing genocide. Like I'm still not over. Like I still think you could have charged Obama with war crimes for what he did in Libya and Yemen.
Mm-hmm.
I think those were straight up genocides.
Oh, that was another thing. So Crystal, she posted something. It's like, I'm still going to just post, I'm tired of all this bullshit. I'm just going to post funny memes and all this.
Yeah.
And then somebody commented underneath that. It's like, oh, you don't think that, whatever in Gaza is important. Then the next day, Gaza is like, yep, we're done.
There's some bullshit right here.
It's like,
oh, yeah. Hopefully that's true. But we got a ways to go. Luckily for me, my Facebook, I have weeded out everything that's political in my Facebook for the most part. So, I mean, things like when Trump won, there were some people that were like still angry of my friends, but all I do is snooze them for 30 days. They'll be good in 30 days. I like that. I like that. Yeah, put them in like, okay, you're going to be upset because these are logical friends. They're not people that they're going to bitch about it for the next 4 years. They're upset and they'll
do you wait for it to come on your feed or do you find them? It's like, okay, I know they're going to have
who's
some
coming on your feed?
No, it's just they'll naturally approach.
Come all over your face.
Come all over my book. And no, so then I'll just be like, all right, they're going to be upset for a little bit. I don't want to see this right now.
Yeah.
Because I don't want my Facebook to be political.
My biggest.
So I try to separate that.
Politics is the first post when I open Facebook.
So my politics place is X. Like that's what I use that social media for. Is for current events.
That's your sports, which I use X for is sports
for political
and
stuff.
porn.
And then as like X is good for on the ground shit. So when shit happens, you get like live video. Like when the hurricane happened in North Carolina, you got to actually see live feed from people that are going through things.
Yeah.
So I think that's really cool.
No,
so
my
that's what
biggest
that platform is for.
Contention with all that was just people's friends. It's like they're making a big deal out of something and wanting to destroy their own friends. I've said this a few times too, but it's like the levels of escalation. It's like people want to start off triggered and then let you take them
off the ledge.
Yeah, it's like, come, I'm not even, you're like, you're like, stop touching me. Stop touching me. It's like, let go of my hand. I'm not touching you. Let go of my hand.
The reason I've tried to get away from the politics on Facebook is I always go to bed feeling bad. Even though if I feel okay with what I said, I go to bed regretting what I said because I'm like, now that person's upset at me, or maybe they'll think differently of me because of my opinions. So then I always just don't sleep as well at night. So that's why I was like, I can't do this to myself anymore. I'll probably lose sleep tonight over just talking about what we've talked about tonight because I'm going to be like, oh man, are some people that are going to listen going to be upset?
I'll cut all the bad parts out.
Hello, doctor. Looks like I need an abortion.
Well, no. I mean, it's... We didn't say anything bad. It's just we just said our opinions, and some people just don't like hearing other people's opinions, I guess, or can't handle them, or whatever the case may be. I don't know. But I guess the good news is like none of my family's listening to this. So
either way, we're not really a political podcast.
We're not a political podcast either. Yeah.
It's hard to not talk about it sometimes.
It is just
we've tried to end this segment 9 times though. And we keep going back.
This is the recounting thing. We just want to provide some sort of entertainment and different perspectives here and there. It's like
some logic.
If you don't agree with us, that's fine. We don't hate you. We still appreciate you. It's like,
if you want to delete me on Facebook, I don't care.
Yeah,
I've lost 5 of you already.
That's unfortunate that is happening.
Unreasonable.
On a post where I said I'm not going to delete anybody because of how they.
There was 5 times. A local person.
One of them's one that commented on it.
A local person kind of came up into the news because of things that he did, and he's a local musician who got arrested on Halloween night. And then I had a friend who at everyone or so who is a friend with this guy. And I'm like, motherfucker, and he's one of those white knight type of people. It's like, if you don't unfriend this guy, I'm unfriending you. It's like, okay, so first off, you're going to assume you like to take this superiority complex thing. It's like, no, I don't know that I want to unfriend myself from this guy, because if this guy is guilty from what this guy is saying, I want to know that this guy is active. I want to know that this guy is released. And I feel like it's better that I have eyes on this guy if he's, it was child stuff. So
that's no good. That's fucked up. That's one thing
it was possession of. I don't think he permitted, which I have. And again, I
get it. I get what you're saying, that it's better than,
actually
doing something, but still, man.
He also surrounds himself with not so savory people. And so maybe he fucked over the wrong person who probably put him into a situation. I don't know the situation. I just saw the picture.
Yeah.
So, sorry, the inmate picture thing, whatever.
I was lucky. There was only one person on my Facebook that had a post like, if you voted for Trump, unfriend me now. There was only one person. We used to play poker with him. Don't say his name, but you got upset at him at one point for a hand. He got upset at you.
Oh, I already know who you're talking about. He's a bitch.
Well, the evidence does support that.
What's his name?
We won't say his name.
He and I don't get along for dumb shit.
He's the only one that I saw on my Facebook profile that said something that far that was like, unfriend me.
Yeah,
I've seen people say it, but I didn't get deleted, and I don't know. I got deleted by 5 people.
John's post was extremely reasonable, thought out, and it wasn't taking a side. It wasn't taking a
literally, and I literally said that in the comments. Yeah,
people blew up on him for no reason, but that was fucking stupid. We're here to provide entertainment. So we're going to move.
There were people that blew up on me and still have me as a friend, and I respect that. Like, you're allowed to your opinion. Like, I was literally not trying. I was basically calling out, like you said, I was just calling out people that were acting like babies. And it was on, I literally said it was on both sides.
But that's the thing, though. It's like, if you have an issue, you should discuss this.
Yeah.
It's like, you don't make progress talking in echo chambers. You don't make progress when your ideas are not challenged. If something is true, criticism should embolden your position.
Well, I also take the stance, like, if you're offended by what I was saying, then you have your own insecurities that you're like, am I acting like this? That he's calling me? You know what I mean? Like, if you're clearly not the one I'm talking about, then it doesn't bother you, you know? I don't know.
I think with this also the grouping
Look at
of
yourself,
like,
you know?
Like therapy speak, you know, it's like, oh, you're just gaslighting. You're just, you know, being, you know, you're using all this other stuff. It's like, come on, man. Like, that's not what it is. This should probably be a private message or a phone call or, you know, a meeting. It's like you're reading so much nonverbals into this, and it's things that you're probably blowing up in your own mind.
Yeah, but you can't tell tones and stuff in text messages and whatever.
Well, you mentioned the echo chambers, and I mean, the whole cutting people off and going further into the echo chamber is exactly why a lot of people are like, I don't understand how this happened. This makes no sense to me. How did he win? Because you were in an echo chamber where everyone in your life told you, Kamala is it. No one likes Trump.
How would touch Trump's grass? You're like, what?
It's back to the touch. You know, the media's telling them there's no way Trump's going to win. All your friends are saying there's no way anyone's voting for Trump. Are you voting for Trump? I'm not voting for Trump. Who the fuck would vote for Trump? So, yeah, when you cut off and don't talk, like you were saying, and don't have conversations, that's when you get confused, and that's when you don't understand your fellow man and understand where they're coming
your
from.
Distortion of reality has been, well, I guess reality has been distorted.
Your reality has been shrunk.
Yeah. It's not healthy. And it's also not healthy to be so engaged because politics should be in the background. If working politics, it shouldn't be on a forefront. It shouldn't be your entertainment.
Yeah, it shouldn't be
It should be boring.
It should.
You know,
I do joke with John that like, hey, I like reading about politics stuff because it is kind of my sports. But when I say it is kind of my sports. At the same time, like I said, I don't do red versus blue. I don't even like parties. I wish we would get rid of parties.
Yes.
We like to party. We like to party.
Our country is literally designed to divide.
I like to party.
We like to party. Let's go to something fun.
Okay. Yeah, let's move on.
Like I said, God bless America.
Team USA. Fuck yeah. Team America.
So, and stuck on my boss.
All right, anyway.
If you enjoyed what you heard,
I know you did.
Please come back next week. If you didn't, well, go listen to Joe Rogan or something.
Yeah, pussy.
Bye.